Alright, match 5. Yorion-Chalice. Yorion-Chalice, Serum Powder Merfolk. We've got Aether Vial. We're keeping. Most hands with Aether Vial are going to be a keep, it does seem. And, you know, again, that's the logic with Serum Powder. So we see Aether Vial more consistently, despite, we're going to lead on Mutavault just because, like, literally if we draw another Merfolk, you'd probably just cast Silvergill Adept anyway. But yeah, you know, only downside, I think, to playing Yorion has been simply seeing Aether Vial less common, and so far it's looking like Serum Powder solves that problem quite surprisingly nicely. Very unexpectedly nicely. The surprises in life, you know. Yeah, just play another Mutavault and attack, I think. I mean, sure, they could Lightning Bolt it, but with Aether Vial, I don't think we need. Alright, no Lightning Bolt, so we didn't miss out on a free 2 damage. Not irrelevant, you know, let me tell you. Good lead on the other Mutavault. In case they Lightning Bolted that, we would have had the opportunity to, we would have had the option to attack with the other one the following turn, because of Summoning Sickness. Even though lands aren't creatures, like, they still have Summoning Sickness if the land came into play the previous turn. I'm pretty sure almost everybody knows, but, you know, for those who mostly play in paper and might not play this deck much, that is something to keep in mind, is sequencing your Mutavault so they don't have Summoning Sickness when you want to attack. Alright, so Silvergill Adept is, I don't know what deck this is, but I have to imagine jamming Chalice is going to be higher EV than getting in for another 2 damage, so Chalice has been jammed. Ooh, maybe not. This is a Valakut deck. I didn't see that one coming. This Chalice very well might be lower EV. You know, but I mean, hey, at least we don't have to worry about our Mutavaults getting Lightning Bolted anymore, or us getting Lightning Bolted. All right, let's hope they blow the Engineered Explosive so we can play the Smuggler's Copter. That'd be nice. Let's attack too. We could no, it's not. Yeah, let's attack. Attack with both, actually, when I think about it. But you may want to play the Smuggler's Copter next turn. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna blow it this early. I could be wrong, but they're probably not gonna blow it if we hold up a mana. Using Engineer Explosives to just tag Silvergill Adept. I mean, they could. It just doesn't seem. Okay. I'm actually fine with that. You know, I don't think they would have done that though if I would have held back 2 mana and I would have had anything else to do with the other 2 mana. So I like just attacking with the 2 Mutavaults, putting the pressure on, as they say. And next turn we can play Smuggler's Copter and put Yorion in a hand. Doesn't sound too bad. I think they're a ways away from Scapeshifting us, so there is that. So we are going to play Smuggler's Copter. We are going to put Yorion into hand. Since they don't have access to Lightning Bolts, possibly should have just put the pressure on, but I can't help but feel that with all this open mana, they've got something up their sleeve that involves being able to kill my manlands. Could be incorrect. And the nice thing is next turn we can use Yorion to blink to blink Smuggler's Copter if somehow they've got a way to deal with it. Oh no, this might be some kind of breach through deck, but we wouldn't have tagged them last turn. Wouldn't have tagged, and it's unlikely just the additional 2 damage would have, or I guess the additional 4 damage to start adding up at a certain point. Yeah, actually, I think this deck is more like a beatdown, so it probably was a mistake to put Yorion in hand. Not to play Smuggler's Copter, I don't think, so I missed out on 2 damage. But maybe not, I mean, they're a ways away from Scapeshifting. Primeval Titan could be problematic, but I don't think Primeval Titan is that bad, because the lands come into play tapped, and most of our damage is coming from our man lands, not from anything else. Ooh, I wish I would have seen that last turn. So let's see, if we play Serum Powder, no, then we can't activate both. Alright, so let's suit them up. Guess the opponent forgot about Chalice. And we will definitely ditch the Serum Powder, I think. Yeah, this member could still come in handy. Alright, now, even if they play Primeval Titan, they can't tag any of our, they can't tag our Smuggler's Copter or our 2 Faerie Conclaves, or our Yorion that we're going to play at a turn. So unless they can somehow Scapeshift right now, which I suppose they could play like, I don't know, actually. Not sure exactly how they could Scapeshift right now. Yep. Alright, cool. Cool. Yeah, Aether Vial. I think that that put them to the test, because they probably had counter magic, and oh my goodness, they're like, oh, Aether Vial, God, I hate Aether Vial should be banned. You know, I'm not saying that's what they're thinking, but it's like, I'm sure for decks that are particularly vulnerable to Aether Vial, it's like, oh, what a stupid card. Which, you know, I guess it kind of is, but Modern is kind of like the battle of stupid cards in a way. It's kind of what we love about it. That's what I love about it. And my stupid cards, I just mean like cards that are like very powerful or like very, you know, wonky. Not as much as Legacy. I might still be playing Legacy instead of Modern, honestly, if it wasn't for the Wizards basically deciding that they weren't gonna. I remember there was like talk of getting rid of the reserve list for a while, and I think it was right after they basically doubled down on the reserve list. Then they started, like rumors about another format started emerging, and then next thing you know, Modern ends up getting announced. And of course, it took me a little while to migrate over, but I have no idea how Legacy is playing out right now. It's probably totally different than back when I used to play it. It was a lot of fun though, back around the time before Modern was announced. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So this has got to be a matchup where we have Aether Gust, right? They didn't really play many non-creature spells, but Force of Negation's got to be good. They got to be playing Search for Tomorrow. They got to be playing Farseek, all the usual. Wizards are playing blue, maybe Cryptic Command. I mean, yeah, it would be a big mistake not to play Force of Negation. We want to have as many creatures as we can, ideally. I think Chalice is not particularly good. Definitely we want Deprive, without a doubt. And, you know, Master of Waves ain't perfect, but I mean, hey, it's a good clock, so I think it's better than Chalice and Dismember and Yorion. It's just funny how there's so many, like, you can play so many non-Merfolk cards in Merfolk. But, you know, it's just kind of how it's always been. I mean, like I said, even, you know, back in, like, the 2001 or 2002 World Champion Static War of Opposition Merfolk deck, the Alex Borda played Waterfront Bouncer in the Merfolk deck, even though back then, I know Waterfront Bouncer today is a Merfolk, okay, it's been errata, and I think any new printing is going to have it as a Merfolk. Believe it or not, it was not a Merfolk back then. So, I think in a way, it got errata to be a Merfolk, partially because the art obviously makes it look like a Merfolk, sort of, I guess. And you know, I think it probably is associated a lot with that deck back in 2001, 2002. Can't remember the exact date. I think we're gonna mulligan. Just no pressure. Yeah, it's just 0 pressure. Where's my Serum Powders to help out here? Well, 0 pressure, and very few lands. Well, the good news is we can send both these Serum Powders to the bottom. So at least there's that. We do have pressure, sort of. And we've got Aether Vial. And we got Force of Negation. I don't think we can ship this one back. Powder or no powder. There could have been some merit to actually... Yeah, but Powder doesn't... If only Powder returned me to 7 cards, that'd be really sweet. That'd also probably be busted. That'd probably be busted in half right down the middle. Going for the 4-1 with literally the craziest Merfolk deck I have ever played or even entertained in my mind. That would be sweet. If only this could have been a 5-0, but so be it. What a crappy song. Alrighty. Can play Faerie Conclave tapped, or we can Spreading Seas. Spreading Seas, yeah, I'm gonna Spreading Seas. Let's see, the Triumph seems like the obvious hit. Well, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, see, I like playing the Spreading Seas there also because it means that I don't have a card rotting in my hand later in the game where I want to hold up counter magic. Another nice thing about Yorion is it's also just another blue card that you can just put in your hand, and then you can pitch it to Force of Negation if necessary. Probably play into the Brazen Borrower next turn. Eventually we'll draw Merfolk and we can Silvergill Adept. There could have been some merit to playing Force of Negation. I was thinking about countering it, but it's just his card disadvantage. I think I'll counter something that isn't card disadvantage. Although, and if those 2 lands were complete blanks, then, you know, maybe that was a bigger virtual advantage to countering that. I mean, so be it sometimes, we'll see. Since they're not threatening Titan specifically next turn, I think I'll Silvergill Adept. Hope to draw another island instead of holding up. Yeah, that worked out pretty nicely if I do say so myself. I mean, we'll see. I mean, maybe they slam Castle Vantress. I don't think I have enough green mana to activate it, even if they do. But, okay, can't Force Negate that. Yeah, I mean, with Deprive and Force Negation, you know, to back it up next turn, I'm actually kind of feeling good. All right, so I'll just hold up the mana. There's really no reason not to. If they trade, I'm fine, but they'll probably just sack it. In this case, I just lose it on 2 damage. There could have been some. You know, sometimes you can Merfolk Trickster this Tribe Elder just to get through more damage, but clearly I don't think that's necessary here. So if they Scapeshift next turn, we've got to Deprive, because they probably have Veil of Summer in their deck. We haven't seen that card in a million years, but it does exist. It does hurt, and we would need to Force Negation it. Although I don't think they got enough green mana, so who knows? Maybe green mana is their limited resource here. Well, hopefully they don't play some kind of like nasty permanent like Ensnaring Bridge that makes me regret playing out Brazen Borrower, but I'll just play it out to be more mana efficient. And because Aether Vial can play the rest of the creatures in my hand here. I'm probably going to be always no. Nah. I changed my mind on that one. Yeah, let's just play the land. And let's attack. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they're getting to the point where they can start getting value off of the Valakut just from playing mountains. So there's definitely some consideration to going after Valakut, but cutting them off of 2 green has got to count for something too, you know. Yeah, so be it. And I think I've got lethal here. I think I've got way more than lethal. If I draw a land, I can play Deprive and Force Negation back up on my turn. But I think this is concession lag. Well. Alrighty. Well.